Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. Today's video is part one. If you look at my house as you see it right now in this video, it was a disaster. This was that weird period between Christmas and New Year's where nobody seems to know what day it is, and I don't know, life just feels very different than it does for the rest of the year. And we had celebrated Christmas at our house, and just the four of us. And then after Christmas, we had gone down to my parents' house. They live about 2.5 hours away from us, and spent a few days there. So this was us getting back after that little sort of mini vacation and celebration with my family. So not only did we have all of our Christmas stuff to get put away, including our gifts, we also needed to unpack from the trip and just clean up the house, because after a few days at home over Christmas, mess had occurred and things had been scattered everywhere on top of the mess that naturally occurs after a Christmas season. So today's video is going to be sort of the start of that, because this was a mess I could not get to in one day. Absolutely not. This was the night that we got home, and so I'm just doing a quick unpack because that was a simple thing I could do. I usually do our laundry at my parents' house before we leave, so that when I get home, everything can be put away, and the only dirty things that need to go in the laundry are the stuff that we're wearing. I just find it makes it a little easier when we get home. One less thing to do, especially at Christmas time when there's tons of things to do. So I had done that. I had done all my laundry at my parents', so I was able to put everything away pretty quickly and get the suitcases put away. And then I just wanted to start organizing in the living room, so you'll see some of that in a little bit. But I just want to say thank you to everybody. 2022 was a good year for me to learn a little bit more about YouTube and the process of making videos and editing videos, and just a lot of learning on my behalf. And the fact that my subscriber list continued to grow and I continued to get views, I'm just super grateful for that. And I feel very invigorated. I always do after the holidays to get cleaning and organizing, and I feel even more so that way this year, just because I'm really excited about this journey here on YouTube. So thank you again to everybody. And if you're new here, welcome, and thank you for stopping by. And if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this a little like or leave me a comment. And I'll sort of talk you through things as we go on this video.
For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup.
This is our basement playroom. You're not going to see it in this video, but in the next video, in part 2, you're going to see it. You can tell just from looking at the floor by my feet there, it's pretty messy down there. And this is an area that we're going to have to tackle in order to get some stuff put away for Christmas. Here is, so I went to our local Canadian Tire, which is kind of like a home and auto store, I guess, here in Canada. And I went on Boxing Day because they always have their Christmas ornaments and decorations and everything on for pretty cheap. So I bought some new ornaments and a new lawn ornament for next year's Christmas. I like to try and get my decorations for, like half off or even less. And so I had bought a new container to put those in, and I was just putting them in the basement because obviously we're not going to need them until next year.
And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old.
Okay, it is technically day 2 if you count what I did last night, or day 1 if you don't, because I didn't do a ton last night. And if I'm being honest, I'm feeling very overwhelmed right now. There's so much that needs to be organized and found a home and put away. And I feel like in order to do that, I also need to figure out what stuff we're getting rid of and donating to make room for the new things. Every year after Christmas, I like to try and go through all the kids' toys and donate anything that we haven't used in a while. And if anything's broken, throw it out, because, if we're going to get an influx of things, then I want to try and keep the collection of toys we have in our house as minimal as possible. So I don't want to just be adding and adding and adding. I want to be taking away and donating. And I don't know, this process just feels very overwhelming to me. And I guess you'll come along with me to the basement a bit, where I'll be looking at what things we can get rid of. And then also up here, just cleaning up. This morning, Andrew helped me. He got all the recycling stuff broken down and thrown out to the back. And the kids did a little bit of cleanup, but they didn't really want to be filmed. Well, Finn in particular said he didn't want to be filmed, so we didn't film that. But a lot of this is mess that's still left over, is just new stuff. And so I think I have to find homes and figure out and organize before I can put it all away. I don't know. I feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to try and find something small to start with. That's like an easy win. And then we'll just start chipping away. Also, this morning I decided to wash our bed sheets and do sort of a deeper clean on our mattress. So I did like a full vacuum of it. And right now there's some baking soda on it. It's been sitting on for almost an hour, so I'll vacuum that up pretty soon. We got a new mattress cover for Christmas, so I'm going to put that on. And just figured it would be nice if everything was clean for this new mattress cover. So, I don't know. I feel like that wasn't high on the priority list in terms of the mess that's in our living room and dining room right now, but it was on my mind, and I was thinking, like, if the mattress cover is something I'm going to put away, I might as well have a clean bed. So I added that chore to my list, but it's almost done. And at least that can be in the washer, in the dryer, being cleaned while I'm doing other things. So, efficiency, right?
A cup of kindness yet for all mankind.
What I'm trying to do now is take everything in the living room and organize it into piles. So I wanted a pile for me, a pile for my husband Andrew, and then a pile for each of my kids. And those were kind of put together because a lot of the toys that they got, they'll be able to play with together. And I thought that if I could organize it into piles, it would make it easier for me to figure out where everything was going to go. And also it would just help the living room not feel like such a disaster zone. So I'm working on that, and you are going to see me wearing this back brace probably in a lot of my videos going forward. So I think I've shared this on here before, but I had a really bad herniation of my L5S1 about 10 years ago, and my back has never been the same since. That's why you see Andrew in a lot of the videos doing a lot of the heavy lifting for me. I can do it, but if I'm not careful or if I do too much, it really puts me out for a while afterwards. So he's really great. He usually helps me do any of that so that I can save my back. He got me this for Christmas. I had put it on my list because I decided, you know what, I should try one of these. I've seen them everywhere. I know people use them when they're doing, like sort of physical work and stuff like that. And it's been awesome. It definitely changes the way I move in terms of bending over and squatting down and cleaning, because I don't tend to hinge from my lower back like I do if I'm not paying attention when I'm not wearing it. It's a definite fashion piece. but it is helping my back. It's letting me do more without having that pain, which I think is really important for my own quality of life. So you probably will see it a lot in the videos coming forward. So I just wanted to address that.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.
At this point, my kids were in bed for the day, so I couldn't, some of this stuff I needed to put in their bedrooms, and I decided there were a few things I knew could go to the basement. So we keep all of our board games and our puzzles in the basement and our big pile of Legos. So I knew I could put those things downstairs without having organized and gone through anything yet, because I knew those were things we were keeping, and they had a definite home already. So I decided to go ahead and put those things downstairs, but most of the stuff that you see here needed to stay where it is until we could organize the basement and until the kids woke up. So I decided to sort of change my focus and move to the kitchen, because this was something I could do while they were in bed. I actually started in the kitchen a little earlier in the day because I wanted to get the dishwasher running again. So I decided to clean up this mess and get the kitchen back in order so that when the kids were awake the next day, we could focus on the living room and the basement. All right, so as a recap for this part 1 video, we have taken all the gifts and everything out of their boxes and organized them into piles. We've done a little bit of cleanup in the living room with what we could so far. We have gotten the kitchen back in order. It looks so much better with all the boxes broken down, everything cleared out. I have a nice clean bed, and the dining room is put back into working order as well. So we definitely made some great progress here on day 1. So stay tuned for the next video. We're going to tackle the basement. We're going to decide what can be donated in terms of toys that we've had for a while that the kids no longer play with. We're going to find new homes for all of the new things that have entered our house. We're going to get rid of all the Christmas decorations, and we're going to finish cleaning the rest of the house and tackle some laundry. So lots to do still, lots of motivation still coming your way. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you haven't already, please subscribe, give this video a like, stay tuned for my next video, part 2. I hope everyone is having an awesome start to 2023, no matter where you are or what you did to celebrate. And I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Cheers.